Hi again, everybody. My name is Greg Anderson, and this is the Good Timekeeping Show with Greg Anderson. And look what I found at a local Walmart store not too long ago. It's a sharp atomic clock. To be more precise, I guess we would call it an atomic time receiver clock, an atomic clock receiver. So obviously it's a quartz clock that sets itself to the right time by receiving the atomic time information from, in our case, WWVB in Colorado. So most places in North America, if you've got this set up correctly and you've got a place where there's not a lot of radio interference caused by a TV or a computer or other things where you live, this will set itself to the right time, maintain accuracy, and look at that nice display. It's got hours and minutes there. It's got the date, month, date, the day of the week, and a thermometer right there. And that thermometer can display in Celsius or Fahrenheit. Got an alarm. I mean, it's great. And so I saw this at Walmart, and it's just a box like this, right? And I thought, oh, that's great. And the price was $20, maybe it's $21, $20 and some cents, I guess is what it was. And I thought, that's just a great looking atomic alarm clock. I think I should get that. For that price, why not? But there's one thing about this clock that makes it so it's not perfect. Can you guess what it is? I'll give you a moment. You can pause the video if you want to and guess. What is the thing about this clock that makes it not perfect for me? What do you think? I'll give you a hint. Let's look at this one by comparison. Okay, time's up. Yeah, the reason this clock on the left is not perfect is that even though it's showing the exact correct time, it doesn't show me seconds. There's no way on this clock over here to show you seconds. And so for me, if I'm going to have an atomic time receiver clock, it's fun to know the time right down to the second. And even though this clock here on the left will change to the next minute at exactly the right time compared to this one on the right, I'm just the kind of guy that likes to, throughout the day, throughout the entire minute, I want to see not only hours and minutes, but I want to see seconds in the display of the clock. So this has happened to me a couple of times where I've seen an atomic clock at a store like Walmart or Target. I thought, oh, that looks like a great clock. I'll buy it. And it's not until I get home that I finally realize, oh, wait a second. There's no way that this shows seconds. See, it just changed to the next minute at exactly the same time as this Oregon scientific clock, but I don't know. I just like to see the seconds. So otherwise, it's a great clock. Everything about it is wonderful. So if I wanted to manually set the time, I can do that right here. Just hold this time button down. First of all, it's going to allow me to choose my time zone. I can go up or down there. Tap that button again. I can have daylight saving time on or off. And so when it's on, even though, I may set this during a time when there is no daylight saving time. Let's say in December, I set this up. I would still put daylight saving time on. And what that basically means, it will automatically show daylight saving time. But if I happen to be in, say, Arizona, I could leave that off and I'd be set there. And then that's how you set it up. Oh, wait, then I can manually set the time if I needed to. But then, of course, my manual setting of the hours and minutes would be overwritten by the actual time when this is able to receive its atomic time information, which it does overnight. And that's all you have to do to set the time. If now, nothing's flashing right here, if I tap the 12 or 24 hour button, it would switch to 24-hour mode instead of AM/PM mode. But right now, it just doesn't show anything. So it shows if it's 9:58 a.m. as it is right now, even in the 12-hour mode, it doesn't say AM. It would only say PM if this happened to be PM. Or, so right now I've pressed this enough times that I don't even know what I've left it in. It might be 12-hour or 24-hour mode, but if I want to change it, just a quick tap there. As for if I wanted to manually set the date, I hold down the date button until things start to flash. I can change the year, month, and date, and then the day of the week will be calculated based on the year. So that would be how you do that. If I wanted to change it, again, from Fahrenheit to Celsius, back and forth, just toggle with that there. Of course, these up and down arrow buttons are the ones you use to make your adjustments as you're going through here. And if I wanted to, let's just demonstrate the alarm. So I'm going to just set this right now to 10 a.m. for my alarm, and the alarm is on. So let's just wait a moment. I'm going to point the microphone towards the clock, and let's see when it does reach 10 o'clock what that alarm sounds like. You know what, on second thought, I'm going to set it to 10:01 just so you don't hear all the other clocks in my house that make sounds at the top of the hour. All right, so the alarm increases in intensity a little bit, just a few beeps there, and then after a few seconds it beeps a little more rapidly and a little more rapidly until if you're just not paying any attention to it, it's just a continual rapid beeping. And so you can stop it by tapping the snooze button on the top, and it lights up the backlight, and it's got a really nice bright electroluminescent backlight that lights up the whole display there. Oh, that puts you into snooze mode, or if you wanted to, you could press the alarm button to just stop the snooze and it resets it for the next day. Or if I wanted to tap that alarm button again a couple of times, I can, right there, you see it's turned off and it will not come on again until you reactivate it. So, on the weekends or whatever, you turn your alarm off and you're good to go. You won't be awakened when you don't want to be. Now it has a little notch right there. You can hang it up on the wall easily enough, where it has a built-in stand. Just do that, and you're good to go at your bedside or at your office or whatever you want. So it's a great clock. It's a great size. It runs on 3 AAA batteries. Automatically adjusts for daylight saving time. All that stuff I like. I just wish it showed you the seconds in addition to the hours and minutes, and then it would be perfect. But so far, so good. I like it. And it only cost me about $20, so I'll keep it. Just to kind of demonstrate here, let's just pretend you were putting the batteries in for the first time. So, okay, let's start from nothing. So put the 3 batteries in, put the door on there, and first thing, it's going to prompt you to set your time zone. So I can do that real quick. I'm going to go with the mountain time zone. That's where I live. Tap the time button. Do I want daylight saving time? Yes. And then I'm good to go. So if I just leave it this way, now for a few minutes, it will be able to set itself. Now, I don't know if it'll be able to set itself right here among all my electronic equipment that's running, but if I just take this into the other room, and put it by a window away from all the electronics, what you'll see is this little icon up here at the top of the display in the middle is going to flash, and right now it's just only 1 bar there, but if I had better reception, you'd probably get 3 bars along with that little dot there to show you really good reception. So I'm going to stick this in the other room for just a moment and give it a chance to set itself away from all this electronic radio interference, and then you'll see that it'll be set to the exact correct time. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, it set itself to the correct time. It took about 3 minutes was all once I got it to a place where reception was good. So, and that's pretty good for, this is kind of the middle of the day almost. Reception works best overnight. I did not see in the instructions that I saw with this a specific time. I don't think it tells me exactly when it tries to set itself at night. But, that's when reception is best. So that's when it'll do it. It'll check itself every day and make sure that it is correct. I should also, one other thing on here it's kind of interesting. A lot of these clocks that I get, they only allow you to select from 4 different time zones. But if I move up here, okay, mountain time zone was my time zone, but I've got Central, Eastern, Atlantic time, Hawaiian time, Alaska time, and then back to Pacific and Mountain, the 4 time zones I'm used to. So you might be on the fringes of reception if you try to use this in Alaska or the Atlantic time zone or even Hawaii, but it does give you a fighting chance to try to do that by giving you these other time zone options there. So I wouldn't be too confident that this is going to work great in Hawaii to set itself, but maybe it will. I don't know. Someday if I go to Hawaii, I'll take this clock with me and see if it could work out there. So I guess that's all I have to say about this clock. I still think I'd rather have it than not have it, even though I wish it showed seconds, but it doesn't, but that's okay. And for you, maybe that's not a big deal. It's a nice clock to have on your desk. So try it out. If you see it at your local Walmart store, that's where I found this, or you can shop online and see if you get a good deal. And maybe for someone that you care for as a gift, someone that maybe doesn't care about the exact seconds, but it would be nice to have a clock that shows the correct time all the time without having a lot of adjustments. All you have to do is change the batteries every now and then. This could be good, especially, I noticed for the elderly, sometimes every day is kind of Groundhog Day, so it's kind of nice to have the date, and the day of the week is something that the elderly folks seem to appreciate a lot when they don't have, a fixed schedule where every single day is doing something, different, and the days all kind of run together, and they might say, well, what day of the week is it today? And it's Friday. So it's kind of nice to have that right there. Anyway, just a few thoughts. I hope that helps you out, and you know what? I'm going to make more episodes, so please stay tuned for more topics, more fun as we continue with the Good Timekeeping Show.